Hey guys, Handy Camper here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. It's time for me to upgrade my computer down here in my studio, and PC or Mac? That's what I'm trying to decide, so stick around guys and we'll talk about it. Alright guys, I've been a Windows user since my first computer back in probably 2000, around 2000, yeah, and that was a Windows 95, and then went all the way up to Windows 7, and that's what I use today. I'm a Windows 7 fan. I love Windows 7. I love it's really easy to use and it's fast to use. It's to me anyway. I can find everything when I need to find it. You know, in the settings, in my files. You know, when I need to use a program, it's just there when I need it. And I've been putting off upgrading to Windows 10, which I've got Windows 10 on one of my little old laptops, and upgraded it back when when Windows 10 first came out, when it was free. And I've been messing around with it a little bit, and it's okay, I guess, but I'm just a Windows 7 fan. But I've been really considering for the past probably year or so about getting the Mac, whether it be a MacBook Pro, a Mac Mini, or even the MacBook Air. And I'm trying to figure out what will be best for like speed and ease of use as well. Like I said, I'm a Windows fan. I love Windows, but everybody I talk to who has a Mac, who uses MacBooks or Mac Minis or iMacs or any of the Macs, they really love the interface, I guess, the way it's set up, and they say it's easy to use, and they say it's faster, but I don't know because I've never really used one. Alright guys, let's run through some of my options. Right now, in my computer that I'm using, let's see, let me get here. I've got 8 gigs of RAM installed. I've got a really old hard disk drive, and you can probably hear it in the background if you listen. And sometimes even when I move my mouse, you can hear it go click, 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 click. But I'm thinking I can upgrade my RAM to around 16, which I'd have to buy 16 gigabytes of new RAM because you're supposed to get matched RAM, so I can get like a 16 gigabyte stick or 2 8 gigabyte sticks. I've heard and read that you're supposed to get matched if you get 2 8 gigabyte sticks or something like that. You're supposed to get a matched pair that's the same speed or megahertz or whatever it's called. I'm not too technical about all that, but from what I've read and understood, that you got to get a matched set or one that's the same. Yeah, I can upgrade that to about 16 gigabytes and then put in a solid state drive, and I could do probably like a 250 gigabyte solid state drive. I can get another one of those for probably about 20 bucks, between 20 and 30 bucks. Or if I go to a 500 gigabyte solid state drive, it'll be anywhere between 45 to 60, 70 bucks for a 500 gigabyte. I can do that. The 16 gigabyte RAM is probably going to cost anywhere between 60 to 100 bucks. So you're going to say about 150 just to upgrade the RAM and the hard drive to a solid state drive, and that'll speed up my system quite considerably. It's kind of noisy, especially when you're doing recordings and stuff. You can hear it in the background, but I can use software to cut out the background noise and all that. But a quieter computer would be a little bit better, and that'll be my Windows option. I can do that, and I could upgrade to Windows 10 if I wanted to, but I would probably continue to use Windows 7. Yeah, that would be my Windows option, guys. I can do that. And it's a pretty fast machine as it is right now with the old hard drive and 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's not bad. It moves pretty quick, like I said, but the only thing is the hard drive is probably about to go, getting close to being gone because it's clicking and clacking and getting a little bit louder, and you can hear it on startup, going through, cycling through and stuff like that. And that's a good sign that your hard disk drive is about to go. So something needs to happen there with a solid state drive for sure. So let's go over. I'm going to show you guys some of the specs on some of the new MacBooks, the MacBook Air and the MacBook 13-inch. And what I'm thinking about, if I go that route, I'll have a portable option where I can, wherever I go, I'll be able to do everything all together. I can work on my videos, I can record my music. I've got an iPhone and an iPad, an older iPad mini that I can use in conjunction with that MacBook for doing music via GarageBand, and I can transfer files back and forth from each one of them, you know, and they'll work together. So I'm thinking that'll be a good idea, but the new ones are just so expensive. Let's look at that, guys. I want to show you real quick. All right, this is the brand new MacBook Pros, 13-inch I've got selected, and you've got the one right here. Make sure that you guys are seeing. Okay. The one right here, guys, is the one without the touch bar, and this is the one with the touch bar. And this is the specs and the prices. You guys see that? It starts at $12.99. That's a far throw from a couple $100 to put, you know, to make this one a lot better, you know, and that's what I'm used to. So, but with change, sometimes inspires you to do different things. You know, it could inspire me to work more efficiently with music, and it might inspire me to write more. It might inspire me to create more. So that would definitely be worth the price in the long run, you know. And everybody says that MacBooks hold up really well. But here's some of the specs on those, guys, and you can see here the brand new ones. They have the 13.3-inch LED backlit display. Got the resolution is 2560 by 1600, and this is what it supports up to or down to 1024 by 640. Whatever that means, I have no idea. Wide color P3, blah blah blah. Not sure what that does. You got the 2.3 gigahertz dual core Intel i5. I guess that's in the cheaper, the cheaper version. Turbo boost up to 3.6 gigahertz with a 64 megabytes of EDRAM, whatever that is, I'm not sure. And then it's configurable to 2.5 gigahertz dual core Intel Core i7, and then turbo boost 4 gigahertz with 64 megabytes of EDRAM. So the difference is the i7 and the i5. I guess that the i7 is definitely faster. And the touch bar, the only difference I see is you got the 128 megabytes of EDRAM instead of the 64. But you can see the storage here. You can go from as low as 128 all the way up to a terabyte, I guess, in the without the non-touch bar version, and up to 2 terabytes with the touch bar version. And the memory configurable up to 16. You can only put up to 16 gigabytes in each one. Not bad. There's the graphics, guys, if that means anything to anybody. Intel Iris Plus graphics 640, 655. And this is kind of different, you know. This on the non-touch bar version, you've only got 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports and a headphone jack. I like they left the headphone jack on there. That's really cool. And on the touch bar version, they have 2 on this side and 2 on that side, so it's a total of 4. It gives you more plug-in options. And you have to buy that particular device that plugs into those right there, that gives you options to have USB, SD card, and all that stuff like that all in the one little thing, a little plug-in jobby. They should have put more ports on there for sure. Yada yada yada. So that's that. And you guys seen the Bluetooth? That's kind of important to me. That way I can have a wireless a keyboard and mouse if I need to. And it says 720p FaceTime camera. That'll be kind of cool to do use that for videos and stuff like that if need be. You guys can see the options if that means anything. The regular non-touch bar version has stereo speakers with high dynamic range, 2 microphones, 3.5mm headphone jack. The touch bar version has 3 microphones. Okay, wow. And here we go with the time on the battery time. It says battery and power up to 10 hours wireless web, up to 10 hours iTunes movie playback, up to 30 days of standby time, built-in 54.5 watt hour lithium polymer battery, 61 watt USB-C power adapter. And it looks like the batteries last about the same in both. So, well, that's the MacBook Pro, guys. And it weighs 3 pounds. That's not bad, you know. Let's look at the MacBook Air, guys. I really like the MacBook Air, the new MacBook Air. It looks really nice. It's got 48% more colors than the previous generation. The resolution on this is the same as the MacBook Pro 13. 2560 by 1600. Let's go back up here and look. Yep, 2560 by 1600. Razor sharp text clarity. Hey, can't beat that. And this one has the Touch ID, which you can use your fingerprint for signing into your laptop for purchases and password protected documents and stuff like that, which is really cool. And this is a function in the Air, guys, that I find really cool. Is the Apple T2 security chip. MacBook Air features the Apple T2 security chip, 2nd generation custom Mac silicon designed by Apple to make MacBook Air even more secure. So when you use your Touch ID to unlock your Mac, authenticate a document, or pay merchant online, your information stays safe. With the on-the-fly data encryption, all your data stored on the SSD is automatically and fully encrypted. Okay. And thanks to the T2 security chip, a familiar voice comes to MacBook Air. Hey Siri is always ready to open apps and find documents, play music, and answer questions. No, I do not need you, Siri.
Okay, I found this on the...
Alright. So it has that. That's really cool. And like I said, I've got, I use an iPhone and I have an iPad mini as well, which would work great with these. Especially like with messaging and phones, and it's so light and portable. And like I said, I've got the iPhone and an iPad mini. Why do I'm looking over there like it's right over there? I've got an iPad mini, and I can use it in conjunction, all of them in conjunction with each other. You know, I can use them together. And if I go the route of the MacBook Air or MacBook Pro, I can use it here in my studio as my main PC here in the studio, and just have all of my my accessories plugged into it as needed, like my mixer, or I've got a tape deck here that I've got my old tapes that I transfer to digital and stuff like that, and still record on the tape every once in a while. You know, that analog sound, you can't beat it. But I can plug everything into it here and have it as my studio PC, and I can just unplug it and take what I need with me when I go. When I go in out of town or playing a show, I can take it and record and stuff like that. And all right, and the let's see. It's supposed to have these new butterfly buttons on there, but I don't know what the old ones feel like, so it's not really going to probably matter to me. Same with the trackpad. It's 20% larger. I haven't had any MacBooks, so I don't even know, so it'd probably be just all new to me. And you can have up to 16 gigabytes of memory, up to 1.5 terabytes SSD storage. Oh, that's kind of cool. And it's 2 3/4 pound, guys, and the Pro was 3 pounds. The battery life is up to 12 hours. The battery life MacBook Air is your day in, day out dynamo. Check email, browse the web, shop online, write documents, watch videos, manage spreadsheets, and more, all without plugging in. 2 times more bass for fuller sound with greater range. And it says FaceTime HD camera for 1:1. It's got to be more than 720, right, with this new? Who knows? And this one has 47% lower carbon emissions compared with previous generation. How about that, guys? Huh. Now I like the option right here where you can start a document on one device, meaning like your cell phone, your iPhone, or your iPad, and you can hand it off to your laptop to finish it or whatever like that. And it's showing some of the apps it has on there, which I'm really excited about. GarageBand, to be able to use GarageBand, and iMovie. I love editing videos with my iPhone or iPad with iMovie. It's really cool to use and easy to use. So that's that, guys. So $1,200 for the entry probably level. It doesn't say, does it? MacBook Air. Well, there you go, $1,200, guys, for the entry level. That is, well, it's got 8 gigabytes of memory, so that's kind of cool. But you've got the 128 gigabyte storage. Let's see, for 200 more bucks, you can get the 256 gigabyte. Is that worth 200 bucks? I don't know about all that. That's just a lot of money, guys. I'm gonna have to do some more selling on eBay or something to get that, but I would really like to get one. So my other option is buy used, and I just pulled up something right here, guys. I've got a 2016 Mac Mini, and he says $499, and that's got 16 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabytes of solid state drive, fusion drive. It says. And this one has, it looks like it's got 2 different drives on there. It's got the 16 gigabytes RAM, 256 gigabyte solid state drive, plus 2 terabyte hard drive. That's probably like for storage or something. That's not bad. And you get all your programs and everything, and Bluetooth and everything else that you can get in the MacBook. It's just going to be probably like an i5. Oh, this one's got i7. Okay, quad-core i7. That's not bad. And it's got some scuffs and scratches. Yeah, I scuffed up quite a bit there. Looks like somebody ran over that thing with a tractor. 16 gigabytes of RAM. Yep, that's the boot drive, the SSD. That's a lot of storage right there, guys. You can't get a 2 terabyte hard drive for a couple $100. I mean, you know, that's a terabyte's over about $100 or more for a solid state. You know, so I'm sure that's probably just that's a hard disk drive. That's some options there. I can go back to do like a 2012 and get the specs that I want. It's got, I think, all the way back to like 2009. You got the Bluetooth, and if I can get something i5 or higher, you know. And here's just looks like probably a factory 4 gigabytes of RAM, 500 gigabyte hard disk drive. It's got an i5. And that's 122. There's bidding still on there. So let's look at a 2011. And you can see the 2011 has an i5 in there, guys. Let's look at the ones with just solid state drives for the 2011, because I don't go ahead and get one with already upgraded. That's already been upgraded. Here we go. Let's see. Let's look at the specs on this one. This one has 8 gigabytes RAM, an i5 processor, 120 gigabyte solid state drive, 289. Buy it now. There we go. It's got all the stuff. Blah blah blah. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, audio jacks, and you get this one. You get the USB ports, which you don't have on the new MacBooks. You get the SD card slot, which you do not have on the MacBooks. You got an HDMI out, which you do not have on the MacBooks, but you can get the accessory to do that. And this is what I'm thinking. If I do go Mac, I'm going to get a used, and you can see all the ports there, guys. It's got the USB, HDMI, looks like a lightning port, and FireWire maybe, probably, Ethernet. You got sound in, sound out, SD card slot, which I like the sound in, sound out. That way I can plug in my tape deck into the sound in right here, and that'll go into the sound card that's installed there. That's my train of thought. I'm either going to, I might just do both. I might update my computer down here with the an SSD and more RAM, and also get one of the a used Mac Minis. That way I can get used to all that and see if I like it. And then if I can pay $200 and I like it, then I can go for a bigger, better, faster system later on in the future if I like the way everything works. But like I said, I really do like GarageBand. I like iMovie. I like the fact of being able to use my iPhone with my iPad and the computer itself all together. I can save my notes, my voice memos. So I do a lot of voice memos with my iPhone for like song ideas and stuff like that. I transfer it to each other and work with each other. And okay, guys, so that's the question. Should I go for Windows or Mac? PC or Mac? Mac, PC, PC, Mac? Let me know in the comments, guys. If you guys use Mac, let me know what you think about the ease of use of MacBook, MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, Mac Mini, iMac, or whatever you have Mac related. Let me know if you like it, and let me know your thoughts on whether you like Windows or Mac better. Shoot me some pros and cons. Help me out here, guys. Okay, guys, it's probably, I've been babbling on long enough. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. And as always, plan, prepare, and practice. Handy out.